What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of Gamecock Talk on this channel. And unfortunately, this week, the Gamecocks fell to the Florida Gators in what is possibly the most embarrassing matchup we've had in the entire season. The final score, 38-6, and our only touchdown, our only points at all, came from a Kai Kroger fake punt to Dakereon Joyner. And obviously, we know how good of a passer Kai Kroger is, and he completed it. Got us something on the board there in that second quarter, and really just a bad game overall. Never really had anything going on offense. The the Gators had about 280 rushing yards at halftime. The Gamecocks only had about 7 at halftime, and just 374 total in the game. They didn't even have to run or pass the ball all that much, just because of how dominant they were in the running game. If you look at it, first quarter, they dropped 21 points. After that, we did an okay job limiting them. Obviously, they were a lot less aggressive with their calls because of how high or how much or, how far ahead of us they were. But overall, the Gamecocks only had 11 total first downs, 237 yards compared to Florida's 515. I think everybody expected us to struggle against this passing or this rushing attempt because obviously, Anthony Richardson, not the greatest passer. He can hurt you in that side of the field or in that side of the offense, but overall, he is a much more run-heavy offensive, coordinator quarterback. But just did not expect them to do this much on us. They finished 374 rushing yards. We finished 44 rushing yards. They only had to throw the ball 25 times. We barely had the ball. They had it for 36 minutes. We had it for 23 minutes. Obviously, the 3 fumbles does not help. We started out that second half with 3 straight fumbles. Just not a good recipe if you want to come back. Florida did have 1 fumble they lost, but it really didn't make much of an impact on the game itself. Rattler finished the day, 18 for 26, 145 yards. Didn't turn it over. Didn't score a touchdown either. Kai Kroger, as I mentioned, 1 for 1, 48 yards and a touchdown. Jaheim Bell, obviously missing Christian Beal-Smith, missing Marshawn Lloyd. Jaheim Bell saw most of the carries, 12 carries for 30 yards. 18 yards was his longest. Dak Joyner had 2. Juju McDowell had 2, and everybody else had negative yardage on their rushing attempts. Receiving-wise, nothing spectacular outside of the Dakereon Joyner, 48-yard touchdown pass. This one hurts really bad. Starting out 5-2, this looked like a great opportunity for this team to get to that 7-win mark in the regular season. We had the matchup against Missouri. Didn't go as planned. Should have won that game, could have won that game if we played how I know we can play. Unfortunately, we fell against Missouri. Then we come back and we have that good matchup against Vanderbilt last week. Obviously, Vanderbilt just beat Kentucky, so maybe they're not as bad as we thought they were. But, we beat Vanderbilt. The offense looks like it's getting something going, some resemblance of an offense. And then we come in this week, probably the floor or the ceiling this week would have been an upset, obviously. But you would have liked to at least keep it close. You would have liked to seen some type of improvement by this offense, some type of improvement in the run defense as well, from what we saw earlier in the season, and we just didn't see that. Arkansas ran all over us. Georgia ran fairly effectively all over us. Obviously, they're more run or pass-heavy offense now with Stetson Bennett, but they ran it pretty effectively on us. And Missouri did the same thing, and Florida did the exact same thing. They showed our weaknesses, and, man, it paid off for them. 38 points, 21 of those in the first quarter. They really were able to let their foot off the gas, and we did not make them pay for it at all. Our offense stagnated completely. Didn't even get a glimpse of Luke Doty on the field. I was expecting in that second half to maybe see some type of change. And I was really devastated or disappointed when we didn't get to see that change, at least, for the fourth quarter at minimum for some garbage time, down 38-6. But it is what it is. This one's a tough one to lose, especially going forward against Tennessee and Clemson. And it looks more and more like the Gamecocks are going to start out 5-2 and finish the season 6-6. Just a tough loss. Gators were good. Gators were better than us. Both of these teams sit at 6-4, but I have no doubt in my mind that Florida is a better team overall right now going forward into the future. At least as long as Marcus Satterfield is the offensive coordinator here in South Carolina. And obviously, I saw a couple of takes, and if there's something, positive out of this game, it basically solidifies the idea that Marcus Satterfield will probably be gone at the end of this season. Not that they're going to fire him. His contract expires. They're probably just going to let him walk, and it's probably going to be a good thing if we're being honest. Let Marcus Satterfield go. Find another coordinator. Find somebody that can actually run a competent offense, and you'll get another year of opportunity at minimum before Beamer starts to feel the hot seat and starts to be able to maybe win some of these actually winnable games rather than getting blown out in those. See you guys next time, though, for our matchup against Tennessee. I'm extremely scared, but I would love to hear your guys' thoughts about this Florida matchup. I'd love to hear your predictions for the Tennessee-South Carolina matchup if you think it's going to be an absolute blowout, which is kind of how I'm feeling. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts on that situation is. As always, if you do enjoy my content, if you enjoyed this video, I ask you to hit the like button and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. It helps me out, but it also helps you out staying up to date with my content. Thank you all for watching this one. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.